Hi, welcome to Craft Little Things. I'm Andrea. Thanks for joining me today. This is number 4 in our series Afternoon Delights. Afternoon Delights are little videos that are going up at 2 p.m. each afternoon in the UK. Very short videos with a really simple card idea. And the reason I'm filming them is because I've been commissioned by a large corporate client to make a selection of cards that can be sort of used for random occasions or for several occasions, you know. So I can make birthday cards, but I can also make sort of nondescript cards that could be used for anything. And I'm just sending a selection of ideas through to them. Obviously the cards have got to be very easy to make, so I'm going to have to make them in really big quantities. So they're going to pick the kind of looks that they like. So yeah, so I'm trying to switch things up a little bit but keep it simple. So today we're going to work with Blushing Bride, and this is a 6 by 8 inch piece of Blushing Bride cardstock, which is folded at 4 inches. So that's 15.2 centimetres by 20.3 centimetres, folded at 10.2. And then I've got a piece of Whisper White here, which measures 5.5 by 3 and, well, it measured 3 3/4. So that's 14 centimetres by 9.5 centimetres. And then I used an edging die to get this gorgeous little stitched scalloped edge on the card. And this is the die that I used here. I got it from eBay as a set of 3. And then I used the To Think of You Is to Smile from Eastern Beauty, which is still current at Stampin' Up. And I stamped that in Pacific Point. The reason I stamped it in Pacific Point was to sort of match up with the blue in this little girl's dress. Now this is from a DSP, can't even remember what it's called, Birthday Memories or something. And this is where the image was taken from, and I used the largest stitched shaped oval to cut that out, and so I got some of the cupcake in as well. And I'm just going to stick that on the front. And then I'm using some Blushing Bride ribbon, the stitched ribbon, which unfortunately isn't available anymore. It's only available in 2 colours, and Blushing Bride isn't one of them. And so I'm using a piece down the side, and then I'm going to pop a bow onto the little girl's feet. I might change my mind and pop the bow on the side of the card, I don't know. I made the bow, how I make my little bows really simply is I use my quilling comb, because it's nice and round but very sort of narrow gauge. I just tie my bow around one of the prongs and then just get it nice and tight, get it the way I want it, and then slide it off, and then I'll fasten it onto the card with either a mini dimensional or a stitched or a mini glue dot, which by the way I've just spotted, so I'm going to grab those while I know where they are. Sorry, I've got a bit of a cold. So I'm going to start assembling the card then. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach my ribbon to the side. You can either use the cross stitch side, or you can use the sort of a dash stitch side. It's up to you. And I'm going to just use a little bit of Tombow to get it where I want it, and then I'm going to tape it on the back side. So I'm just going to put some Tombow up there. I'm going to have my cross side showing. This is gorgeous. If anybody's got any of this that they want to sell, let me know, because I would love to buy it. Press that down. Make sure it's straight. Okay. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on this side. Just to hold it into place. But what I usually do is I get just a little bit of tape, a little bit of washi tape, doesn't matter what colour it is or anything, you're not going to see it. And I'll just secure it with that just to make doubly sure that it's not going anywhere. I mean, it's all going to be glued down anyway, but even so, I like to just be sure. Just don't want to get the tape. I don't want the tape to be showing. There we go. So now I can attach that to the card. This is a super simple card. This is why they're called, this is why it's a little mini series of Afternoon Delights, because they're just really quick, short videos where I'm really prepared and I know what I'm doing, because anyone who watches my videos know that I tend to make things up as I go along. So I'm not one of these people who's always got everything there ready, measured and prepared, because sometimes that's not how I operate. But on these little videos, that is how I'm operating. Mind you, knowing me, I'll probably change my mind anyway. So then this I'm going to attach on with some dimensionals, just to make it stand off a little bit. I'm just going to use 4. Some people use tons of dimensionals. I don't, because I don't think there's any need. I think they're just so good. They're so sticky and they hold their shape really well. I'm just going to pop that there. I mean, that could have gone onto another layer of Blushing Bride. The only reason it hasn't gone onto another layer of Blushing Bride is because I haven't got another stitch shape oval that's big enough. So then I don't know whether to pop that on the side there or to pop it here. I think I'm going to pop it on her head. Yeah, I think I'll pop it on the head. I'll just pop this on there and then that's it. I'm going to use a glue dot. Did I say I'd pop it on her head? Or her feet? Can't remember. There we go. That's so cute. And that's it. That's the card. That's all there is to it. A really simple little card. If you want to sort of fasten your bow down a little bit, I'm just going to pull it out a little bit because it's not quite the same size. If you want to fasten it down a bit at the side, then you can stick another glue dot on each part of the bow to hold it down, but it's going to stick anyway, it's going to stay. Okay. And that's it. That's a really simple little cute card. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you'll join me for my next one, which is going to be slightly brighter than this one, less subtle. I mean, that's a lovely card because that's lovely for a birthday, and it'll do for a little girl or a lady. And then I will put a white paper piece of card in there just for writing on. In fact, I'll do that now while I'm thinking about it. No, I'm not going to do it now, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to edge it off with this as well, so it looks really pretty. Okay, so thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye.